The fire alarm.
It's just one of those months, eh?
Yeah. Just one of those months. Yeah, welcome back to another workshop update here from the MK workshops. And we are in the lead up to Christmas here, which is good in lots of ways. Lots of people wanting to buy whistles for friends and family and whatever. But also it is a busy time for us. Moving things around the world at the moment is coming with some additional challenges that didn't used to be there. US tariffs, Brexit customs issues. Because we're making something world class, we're taking material from different places in the world. So for example, we might have one specific tool that comes from Brazil, but that tool is the best in the world at what it does. So we need to get that from Brazil, we need to get some material from, say, Germany, and we draw all of that to the workshop here in Glasgow, bring it all together to produce something that is world class. In kind of all the busyness of us trying to get the stock levels up, we've had people lasering today, we've had some rumbling. The polisher, Ewan's hardly had the polisher off for the last few days, which is, you know, brilliant. And then this machine that I've been looking at for the last week, which is broken down, has been driving me absolutely crazy trying to get it back up and running. So yeah, it's like sometimes it's, you know, trying to stay positive when things are going wrong.
Hi, my name's Ben Osborne. I'm a product designer here at MK Whistles. Yeah, there is a lot of challenges working in this sort of environment because anything can go wrong, and most of the time it's out of your control. But it's just the nature of being part of this workshop environment. You know, you're working on so many different things and you're trying to keep a machine running at the same time as, you know, you're trying to build something. So you're wanting to try and keep things moving as possible because at the end of the day you're wanting to get your stock out and keep production going in the meantime as well. For example, if a machine goes down, you need to flag it up with everyone to let them know so we can get either one of us to look at it or get someone in to look at it. You just have to stay calm or try and find alternatives.
This machine here that makes all the internal components for the whistles that we make has been in a state of repair for the last week, which has been really problematic. If you can imagine that, you know, all the parts that we need to make whistles further downstream come from this kind of machine, then when it stops working, it's a real problem for us. So the last week I've been working on just trying to get this back up and running, which, yeah, I've been pulling my hair out, to be honest. Yeah, so as you can imagine, I mean, we work with metal, so it's hard work, but we do try and have a bit of fun here and there. So like all our machines are named after Sesame Street characters, for example, because they all seem to have their own characters. So yeah, we have a bit of a laugh and it's quite a kind of dynamic place to work, I guess. The workshop's always busy, always lots happening, and yeah, it's quite exciting, I guess. So this is actually some of the material that we make, the components, like this part here, which is for a whistle. The two bigger sizes here, 22 and 25, which are stuck at Spanish customs at the moment, which is the story of the time, really, is that lots of things are getting stuck at customs, since Brexit, of course. So this is actually a chameleon that's come back from a customer in Canada. It's a demo chameleon, so we've sent it to them and they've tried it and then they've decided that they wanted to switch it with a different chameleon. But the one that came back got stuck at customs for 3 months. They've got the replacement fine, but yeah, not great that, again, customs issues all over the place at the moment. Yeah, so all the things that we make, we actually design ourselves from the ground up. So we're not basing the instruments that we make on any existing kind of design. And we've taken that into the innovation of the next generation of kind of low whistles where yeah, we're putting new ideas out there for musicians to play, basically. So yeah, if you look at the stock boxes here, to your average person, this probably looks like a lot of whistles, but actually for us, this is quite low stock. And that really is a kind of culmination of all the challenges that we're facing at the moment. So yeah, we're fighting to try and build this up, which is why there's so much activity in the workshop. And people are obviously buying them so they disappear and then the stock level goes down again. Yeah, we're definitely trying to give you folks an insight into not only the ups and the nice things about making musical instruments here in Scotland, which is quite a romantic idea, but also some of the challenges and the downsides, the difficulties that we face as we're doing it.
Okay, these are the whistles that haven't quite been, the anodizing hasn't been quite good enough, and so we put them through the acid etch, the alkaline etch next door, and then that strips them of the colour. These were green, and we brought them back in after about 15 minutes of that working. So I've now put them on here. We'll now spray them with the distilled water, and then we'll put them in the oven, and then they'll go through the process. They'll get one final polish, and then they'll be sent off to the anodizer, and they'll be done in a silver colour because that takes best.
Certainly one of the exciting things that's happened here is we've had people join the team as we've gone along, and that can be people coming like Ronnie, for example, who's a whole life experience of working in engineering, going back to the shipyards, or it can be Jamie, for example, who's just joined us as an intern recently, and everybody brings something slightly different. And I think for me, definitely a motivation is seeing everything work and everybody work together and bringing, part of themselves to what we're doing here. Definitely exciting.
So I'm Jamie Clark, and I'm currently here on an internship. I guess having all these machines and resources on hand, first of all, allows you to be more creative, because you can take an idea straight from your head to paper and then to prototype, but also forces you to be more creative in using your resources well, using your time well, to work in a place where they do a bit of everything, right from concept through the design and manufacture assembly stage, and then actually sell and ship the product. This is invaluable learning. Like, you wouldn't get that, in your typical grad scheme. I wouldn't presume, I'm working next to the guys on the machines. I can ask them questions, get their feedback immediately, bounce off their ideas and learn from what they're doing and the mistakes they've made as well.
One of the interesting things here is that we've got a mailing department, we've got a manufacturing department, we've got a design department, we've got a finishing department, all under one roof, which is something that any small business will know about, the challenges of attempting to do so many different things, and ultimately knowing how to do all those things, because we have to do it all here, right away from the raw material coming in, all the way to the products going out the door to you wonderful musicians around the world. This is the Count, known as Count Dracula from Sesame Street. We're just about to try and press go to see if the problems have been sorted. Hopefully it's been sorted and it's going to start making nice whistle parts again. If you're a small business and you'd like us to go into any more depth about anything that you've seen here, let us know in the comments. If you're a musician who is buying our whistles, that's excellent. Come and give us a like and a follow, and go and have a look at our YouTube, at some of our other videos. We've got a few up there already. And we do have instruments on our website at the moment available to order, and we can still get them to you before Christmas. Give us a wee subscribe and a like if you get a moment, and we'll see you next time.
Looks like it's working.